If you want my strategy on how I reach out to Instagram influencers and convert my ads, I do have a PDF download in the description, and you can pay me what you want. You can pay me $0, you can pay me $10,000, whatever it's worth to you. Go ahead and let me know and leave that. I'll leave that link in the description. Download it for free for all I care. I just want to bring you guys some value, and hope that helps you convert your Instagram influencer or Twitter influencer or Facebook influencer or YouTube influencer or whatever ads you run. I hope to help you convert. Thank you so much and enjoy the video. Hey, what's going on everyone? Welcome back to a brand new video. Today I'm talking about how to have a 90 to 95% success rate with social media influencers, specifically Instagram influencers in this instance, with your Shopify dropshipping store. So let's go. Now the first step in our process starts with proper product research. You gotta make sure that you're putting the right product in front of the right audience. You can't neglect your audience. You can't neglect the audience that your influencer has built. You have to give their audience the right product, something that they actually genuinely would love. I see a lot of Shopify dropshippers giving the wrong products to the wrong audience, or a good product to a good audience, and that sells a little well. But when I say right product to the right audience, I mean instead of giving a men's fashion Instagram page a decent looking coat, you give a lion page a lion necklace, right? Something that's directly related to their niche that you could sell to very quickly, very easily. My most successful influencer pushes have been by finding Instagram accounts or even Twitter accounts or Facebook pages or whatever, and I'll talk about those strategies in another video. And I find these pages, I find these audiences, and they have an interest in a very specific niche, a very specific type of, maybe it's an animal, maybe it's a sport, maybe it's a hobby, whatever it may be. Maybe it's even a political stance or a religion or whatever it is, right? You can find these pages that manage an audience that have a very specific need as opposed to a very broad need. So let me say something. I'd rather get a shout out on a page with 100,000 likes or 100,000 followers, sorry, that specifically enjoys cat earrings or like animal earrings, right? I'm sure there's a page out there that does that, and I sell an animal earring to them, obviously, right? I'd much rather do that than advertise to a page with 2 or 3 million followers and they have a very broad fashion sort of a niche, right? Because I'm guaranteed sales and I'm guaranteed data, Facebook pixel, emails, Facebook Messenger list data that I can go back and market to later on because I know that that niche is something that I can sell to, right? So to back up a bunch of steps, find the right product for the right audience. And I would recommend you actually start with an audience. Go find your influencer before you even set up your site. And that way you're guaranteed sales because you're building your site around a niche, around a handful of influencers, 5 or 6 influencers that you know are guaranteed to work. So on to step 2. Make sure you're selling higher priced products. I've made the mistake of selling lower priced $8 or $9 products, and because you'll get a much higher ROI on your ad spend, right? If you're selling a product that is worth $40, $45, you'll sell just as many as if you were selling a product that were $9 or $10 because the ad converts at the same rate, right? Just now, if you're selling a necklace for $50, that's not the same case. But if you're selling a product that is normally around $50, $45 and you're advertising it, that is a much smarter strategy. You won't lose money. Your ROI will be much, much higher, right? Imagine selling 6 little $8 necklaces versus selling 6 $60 jackets or pieces of, I don't know, I can't think of anything off the top of my head, right? So that's the difference. You want to go with higher priced products. That's a huge, huge thing that a lot of people are scared to do because they assume that it implies more of a brand presence that they need or more work on their end or whatever it is. It really doesn't. It's the same amount of work for Shopify dropshippers to sell cheap products versus expensive products. Same sort of process, right? So on to step 3. Make the ads seem as seamless and as little sales pitchy as possible, because the more people feel like they're being sold to, the less likely they are to click through and buy your product, because people don't like feeling scammed. They don't like feeling like they're being used. Even though you're giving them a product that they'll genuinely enjoy and actually appreciate, they don't like being sold to nonetheless, right? It's why TV commercial rates are down low, and the only reason that people do TV commercials is to have awareness. They don't convert, it's just awareness that people are looking for. These Super Bowl commercials, it's hard to say if they convert. It is purely awareness, and that converts eventually, but awareness, right? And so for us, we're looking for direct conversions and data that we can use later on, Facebook Pixel, emails, Facebook Messenger, whatever, right? And so we are looking for a way to bypass the sales pitchy sort of formula, right? And so my suggestion is you find a way to make an ad, or find an ad, or find a picture of your product that fits into the feed that the influencer has already established, so that it doesn't look like it's out of its way. None of this white background stuff, right? Don't put the product in front of a white background and say 50% off. You know, nobody cares, right? Nobody cares that your product is 50% off. They subscribed to this Instagram channel, or they follow this Instagram page in order to see pictures of dogs. They didn't subscribe to it to see pictures of your dog t-shirt on a white background. Nobody cares, right? So your goal is to find a way to integrate your product into their feed. And I would recommend you actually, this is a part of product research, find a product that is easy to integrate into their feed, right? Don't find a product that is hard to integrate, something that doesn't quite fit. T-shirts never fit into a feed, ever. Unless they are a fashion feed or they're a niche, it's really hard to find a way to fit a t-shirt, especially if it's on a white background. Now, if you hire a model, go get some photos done, then you can probably fit it in, but I would recommend finding a product that fits very well into their feed, right? So that's a huge, huge one. As little sales as possible, as little sales pitching as possible, and as much value add as possible, e.g., you know, they subscribe to that page to see pictures of dogs, and your ad is actually a picture of a dog wearing your dog jacket or whatever, right? That's just an example. So on to the fourth point.
The number of the day is 4.
Do your research and find the right influencer, right? If you don't spend your time doing your research, if you don't spend your time finding the influencer with the correct audience, or even not even the correct audience, just a good audience, because again, we're building our Shopify site around the audience, and that's the strategy that I like to use, then you're going to miss out on a ton of potential sales. Because my first shout out I did, it was with a page that was like 190,000 followers. It was like a meme page, and I tried to sell this hat that like said lit on it, like in bold white letters. It was a black hat with lit, and I thought like, that should sell. I mean, you know, I was like, come on, this is gonna sell. And I didn't sell a single one. The only person that bought it was me, because I wanted one. I thought they were cool. And so I feel like people don't understand that all that marketing is putting the right product in front of the right people, and finding the proper Instagram page for your product is an important step in that, right? And so for me, I would say, in terms of doing your research, the best way you can begin doing research is, and I'll show you should click on the video I have, how I contact influencers. I believe I've uploaded it. If it's not uploaded now, it's uploaded tomorrow when you're watching this video. And it talks about how I rank and how I view different influencers. I have a whole system set up where I write down their email, the amount of money that they're charging, their conversion rate for their past ads, that I actually get the information from them asking that, so I sort of know and sort of understand what ads work on their feed. So do your research about your Instagram influencers. Don't dive in. Make sure that you have the perfect one for your product before you even dive in, because you'll waste a lot of money spending on ad spots on these Instagram pages without really converting at all. So on to point 5. So I've said this a couple times throughout the video, and I just want to bring it more emphasis, and that's that you should be collecting data throughout every single one of these Instagram influencers, or again, Facebook influencers, Twitter influencers, Reddit, even whatever page you want to use. I'm just using Instagram as an example. I don't want to limit you to Instagram, but that's what I'm talking about right now. Be collecting emails, be collecting Facebook Messenger subscribers, and that's something that I'm talking about on my channel very soon. If not, it's already up. You should check that out. Facebook Messenger is powerful. You should be collecting Facebook pixel data so that you can retarget ads later on. These sorts of things are important to return the ROI, or get the ROI that you deserve for the $50, $60, $40, however much you spent on your Instagram influencer ad, right? And so by collecting this data, you're guaranteeing that later down the line, you can make more money with the ad spend that you gave. So, for example, if you don't understand a Facebook pixel, if you integrate a Facebook pixel into your Shopify site, your Facebook pixel collects the data of each person that came into the site, and you can retarget them later, run an ad targeted at the people that visited your site, or visited a certain product, or added a certain product to their cart, or whatever. You can get very targeted with it. And so if you do that, and you get maybe 600 views on this one product, and only like 2 people buy it, and like 40 people add it to their cart, then you have a huge list of data to retarget later. So just keep that in mind. Same with emails. Be collecting the emails of your buyers. Have a little pop-up window that asks for an email and says, hey, you know, here's 10% off, just give us your email, that sort of a thing. You can advertise your products later down the line to these people. So be thinking long term. Don't just think, I'm gonna spend $40 on this influencer and get 70 in return. I'm just gonna do that over and over again. No, spend $40, make that $70 up front, but then make $300, $400 a couple weeks from now, or spread out across even the next couple months even, or even a couple $1,000s, who knows, however good you are at marketing, and make your ad spend completely worth it because you've made tens of thousands of dollars off of 5 or 6 little Instagram influencer shoutouts because you've collected a ton of data that you can go back and retarget to. So those are my 5 major tips on correctly converting your Instagram influencer ads, or your Facebook influencer, Twitter influencer, YouTube influencers even. Nobody does YouTuber influencers. I don't get it. Just go out and give some YouTubers your products. And that is an incredible way to make sure that your products are selling, is through influencer marketing. So I hope you enjoyed, hope you learned something. I do have a Shopify course coming soon. The link is in the description as well. Do subscribe, do turn on notifications, and you'll be notified whenever I upload. So tons of Shopify value coming through, tons of e-commerce and Amazon and Facebook ads and social media marketing and all that sort of stuff coming soon. Really excited for the direction of this channel, and I can't wait to have you guys along for the ride. So thanks for watching, hope you learned something, and I'll see you around.